Oh snap, we have a live one, ladies and gentlemen. We need to stop the spread of this fire before it gets too close to me base area. So yeah, welcome back to a rather chaotic start to a Python's World episode. I really do hope you folks are doing well. And if I may, while we're making our way over to the fire, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you folks who have been supporting this new season so far. I really do appreciate all of the support in the form of the likes, comments, subscriptions, donations, all of that lovely stuff lately. It really does mean the world to me, folks. So probably the easiest way to tackle this blaze is probably from the treetops, right? If I was to just get myself all the way to the tippity top and then maybe just drop down a whole bunch of water, maybe that would take care of a whole bunch of the flames here. Maybe we do a little bit of that, and we hope for the best. Wow, that's actually doing the job quite nicely. So yeah, there we are in terms of what's causing this forest blaze. And actually, I'm pretty thankful that the obsidian is being formed there, because today, as part of one of the projects I'm going to be taking on, I need to get myself into the nether. I need some quartz. Oh, whoa, okay. Thanks for jump scaring me there, Minecraft. I mean, sure. Yeah, why not just have the leaves disappear from under my feet? That's cool. Could it be Python has actually successfully tackled a forest blaze? No way. Just call me the savior of the forest. And with that frankly heroic work done, I think it's time for a well-deserved snooze. Dude, look at all of the exposed mangrove wood there is to be had here. It's definitely going to be a challenge to grab all of this mangrove wood, but I think it's going to be one of those things. It'll be more than worth it since we're using mangrove quite a lot at our Season 2 base area. I just find it amusing how I saved the forest from a big old blaze only to then chop down the trees anyway. And look at this. Minecraft thinks it's having a laugh right now as well. This guy really thinks he'll be able to get the better of me, huh? All I need to do is get myself down here and do a little bit of, yeah, the diamond spear. So then, as the title and thumbnail might suggest, today I am making not one but two farms, essential farms at that as well. Only, yeah, we're going to be using quite a lot of mangrove and bamboo wood in this season, and I figured the earlier we get on top of a farm for both of those types of resources, the better things are gonna be. In the case of the bamboo farm, I'm gonna need myself a nether portal so I can grab myself some nether quartz so I can then make myself some observers so I can make a fully automatic bamboo farm. Oh no! So, that creeper before, 'twas not the only creeper in the vicinity. I don't know, I tackle a forest blaze, I then proceed to chop down the trees that I saved from the flames, and then I have this place get blown up by a creeper brother. Do you know what? This has not been a good start to the episode in terms of world preservation, has it? Also, sad news, my first axe break, but thankfully I had the foresight to bring my replacement one with me. So let's get back to Operation Clear, shall we? Random side note, does anyone else kind of wish that these mangrove roots would disappear, rather similar to leaf decay? Only, I feel like mangrove trees are hard enough to chop down as it is, a lot of them growing up to well over 10 blocks, maybe even 15 blocks tall, and to then have to manually chop down all of these mangrove roots as well. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain, I won't lie. How about this for living on the edge, using the mangrove roots as scaffolding when that lava pool is still present down there? Might not be the safest idea I've ever come up with. Maybe we should do ourselves a favor here. Get rid of the remaining lava, huh? Alright, folks, so there we are. This place is relatively clean looking now. And now what we're going to do is we are going to grab ourselves some obsidian so we can get ourselves another portal set up, see what kind of nether spawn we have, and then grab ourselves some quartz. And there we are. 14 bits of obsidian, enough for a portal and an enchant table. There we are. Got some flint, got some iron. And now to plop down the portal itself. What kind of nether spawn are we betting on having this time, my friends? For once in my life, I think I would prefer to have just a bog standard nether waste biome. That way I can get my quartz, get myself back to the overworld, head underground, grab myself a bunch of redstone, and then make a start on my automatic bamboo farm. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, popping into the nether at the Season 2 area of the world for the very first time. ... What are we going to have? Oh my word! Get out of town. I gotta be honest, I did not, in my wildest dreams, ever expect to spawn right next to a bastion. I guess the thing that would make this even better is if this was one of the ones that had a magma cube spawner in it. I guess there's only really one way to find out, isn't there? Alright, gotta be real careful here, folks. There will probably be a whole bunch of piglin brutes around somewhere, right? Unfortunately, this is not one of the bastions that has the magma cube spawner in it. This is the one which is like a piglin face, I think. So in terms of if we wanted to grab some loot from this place, we would have to ascend right up to the top there. Do I really want to do that when I've only got iron armor and an unenchanted diamond spear and axe, though? I'm sure a lot of you guys probably know me at this point as being a little bit of a crazy masochist in this game. Oh, hello. No, this guy's okay. Wait, is he? Yeah, we're chill. We're chill. Good. But yeah, I am always down for a challenge in this game. So how's about we see what we can do? Oh, would you look at that? There's a chest to be had. Nice. Okay, the question is, what have we got inside it? Oh, no way. Okay. We got a smithing template. The snout one. What's this? Fortune 1. Hey, that's actually not too bad. So, we survived that chest. All I need to do now is get myself to the very tippity top. I dare say this is going to be by far the most dangerous part of the bastion. So, yeah, we've got to really have our wits about us here. Okay, a bunch of crimson trees protruding through the bastion. A little bit on the strange side, that, but oh well. Okay. Even stranger, we have zombified piglins taking a lava skinny dip, apparently. Continuing on, though. Aha! Look at that. We've got ourselves yet another loot chest. Will we be able to get down to it and raid it without getting horrifically mauled by piglins? Let's have a look. We've got a lodestone, iron, string, and arrows. Nothing really too extraordinary there, really. Something seems a little bit off here. I've not found a single piglin yet. You know, the ones that get annoyed at you when you go ahead and steal their loot or mine up gold. And I've not found any piglin brutes either. Is that a snapshot bug? I don't really know. It feels like it. I feel like we're going through this thing way too easily. Oh, goodness me. Now I know I'm a masochist when it comes to video games. I'm complaining about something being too easy. Oh, dear. Right, question. Where on earth is the main treasure area? Oh, it's right here. Oh, that was easy. So, yeah, like I was saying, piglins. Where are they? What on earth is happening? Yeah, we've got plenty of, like, zombified piglins. Wait, one of them's got an axe. Something really does seem a little bit skew-iff, doesn't it, my friends? I think I've gotten off way too easy here, my friends, but, oh well. Oh, good grief. Wait. Oh, are we okay? We seem to be relatively chill. But yeah, look at that. There's actually a couple of the piglins there who have axes. What is going on here? I don't really know. All I do know is we should probably speed things up a little bit. We've got some iron, got some magma balls. Hey, there's a crossbow. I didn't even notice that the first time raiding this chest, but there we are. That's actually something we can indeed use. It's the only ranged weapon, aside from maybe the trident, if you want to count that as a ranged weapon. It's the only ranged weapon we can use, and we have it. So yeah, check it out. We've got ourselves a bunch of arrows. What's that? Efficiency 5? Wow. That's kind of nuts. Whole bunch of golden carrots. We've got ourselves the snout banner pattern. So what do we think, folks? Shall we make our way out of here? Shall we go back to trying to get ourselves some quartz? I think that would be an awesome idea. Talking of quartz, here we have some. Believe it or not, it's only 1 bit of quartz you need per observer. And since we're only going to be going for a basic bamboo farm today, I don't really feel like we're going to need too much of this here quartz. So I think what I'm going to do is just grab this vein here, pick those little bits up, and then I think we're going to head back to base. For once, a relatively painless nether trip. Probably only because the piglin bastion thingy was bugged, though. I dare say that'll be fixed in good time. For now, though, I think we're going to head to sleep. And then we need to head underground. We never actually grabbed ourselves any redstone when we went for our mining trip on the 2nd episode. So then, it may only be Fortune 1, but it's still going to grant us the ability to get ourselves more redstone per ore. So, let's head down into the depths. Or maybe what we should do is maybe use this opportunity to extend our ladder shaft. Ah, lovely. Our first bits of redstone in this series, and it's actually regular redstone for once. Oh, hello, we've got ourselves something coming up. So dropping down, what have we got going on here? Got ourselves some redstone to kick things off, and then just a whole bunch of, oh, hello. I was just gonna say a whole bunch of spaghetti-like claustrophobic caves, but no. Turns out we've actually got ourselves a spider spawner. Oh no, Mr. Creeper, you will not blow up this spawner like your kind did on the Minecraft server. No, I am not allowing that to happen. Right, what do we got here? Protection 1, a CD, some iron, pretty typical stuff really. In the other one though, gold and another CD and a whole bunch of garbage. Not a bad find, to be honest with you. It is very, very near where our ladder shaft is, so there's not much stopping us from going ahead and converting this into a rudimentary stream farm, right? Anyway, for now, I've got bigger fish to fry, or should I say, bamboo to plant, and diamonds to find, as it turns out. Oh, I do love it when the two blue types of ore spawn right next to each other. Beautiful. Here's hoping for maybe more than 2 diamonds. Well, there's more than one there. So we've got 2, and we've got, oh, okay. So we've got double yield. But anyways, this is what we're here for. We need redstone for pistons and indeed the observers. Oh, and probably also powered rails because, yeah, we're going to be needing minecarts to go back and forth picking stuff up, right? Oh, hang on a minute. I recognize this area. I have explored this. Yeah, look at this. We're coming back across the lush cave. Ah, very, very interesting. Well, at least we got ourselves a proper way of getting out now. What I could really do with right now is finding one of those beautiful large iron veins. And then, yeah, that will take care of all of the minecart requirements for this upcoming farm. Ah, we're finding diamonds connected to everything, it seems. Would you look at that? All right, well, there's 1. And there's 2. Oh my god, more diamonds! Dude, I was not intending on this turning into a proper caving trip, but here we are, Minecraft once again. Dangling diamonds in front of us. Ah, yeah, lapis for days. All right, so having grabbed quite a lot of resources, I'm sure we could probably condense a good amount of them down into block form. And then, would you look at this? We've got leather, we've got string, we've got bundles. Ah, yeah. So let's have ourselves a valuables bundle. And then the other one can be for, oh, I don't know, maybe mob drops? Oh, snappers. All right, looks like we've got ourselves a pretty decently sized cave going on here. But there's creepers and there's a skeleton in the mix. Yeah, get wrecked there, skelly butt. Right, now we have access to the cave. What have we got here? We've got another little spaghetti noodle cave coming off of it with not a great deal in it by the looks of it. We've got some diamonds on the ceiling there. Redstone pretty much dotted all over the place. A little bit of lapis to be had. And if we were to pop over here, oh, wow. That is a significantly sized cave. Got a whole bunch of iron on the ceiling here. And here we are with the diamonds on the ceiling. Wait, really? Ah, come on. You're really only going to give me one after making all the effort to pull my way up here? Ah. Oh well, I suppose it's better than none. I think it goes without saying, yes, we'll go ahead and we'll explore more of this cave at a later date. For now, though, let's head back to base and let's begin on some preparations for our bamboo farm. So having smelted everything up and combining what we got from that mini caving session there with what we've already got, this is what we've got going on now. We've got a pretty good amount of resources now, actually. Pretty much a full stack of iron, a pretty good amount of diamonds. We get ourselves 5 more. We can make ourselves a full set of diamond armor, and then of course a whole bunch of redstone. So I've been editing up this episode as I've gone along, and I realize I'm already up to over 15 minutes in length. I think we need to step on the gas a little bit, my friends. I've got a good amount of pistons going on. Then we need a quartz, and then we need a couple of observers. Here we are with some powered rails. Here we are with some regular rails. Gonna need ourselves a hopper mine cart, then a couple of hoppers themselves, and finally some dirt for the bamboo to grow upon. I think in terms of the actual bamboo farm build itself, we're gonna have it be slightly out into the water here. That way we can have ourselves a nice little pathway going along the coastline here, and eventually connecting up with the Nautilus highway we made in the last episode. Maybe somewhere around here we can make ourselves a little Nautilus shelter for the Nautilus to actually live, you know? Alright, folks, let's get on with this thing, shall we? Starting off with some output chests. And real quick, a question. Do we want this to be an automatic bamboo block maker instead of it just being a bog standard bamboo farm? It would certainly save us a lot of time, wouldn't it? It does mean making ourselves a couple of crafters, which aren't the cheapest thing in the entire world to make. But, like I say, the convenience of having a supply of bamboo blocks just ready to go for building, I think that is worth it. I really do. So there we are, a couple of crafters. Just gotta make sure we place down these crafters correctly to the point where the little front end faces directly into the output chest. Because if not, then the resultant items from the crafter would probably just wind up going to the wrong place. Next up, we'll have some hoppers going into the sides of them, and then this sort of layer here is going to be where the rails are going to go. So here we are, my friends. This is the width of the functional part of this build. What we need to do now is start adding down some rails, and I think how we're going to do this is we're just going to have regular rails for the most part, but then above the crafters, we're going to need to have ourselves, I think, activator rails or detector rails, whichever ones are the ones that help to activate the auto crafters. And then at either end, of course, we've got ourselves powered rails, so we can keep the minecarts bouncing back and forth endlessly. Ah, rats! Turns out I don't have enough iron to make detector rails. We need to go mining again. It's a dark and dingy place down here, but here we are. We've found some iron. And there we are, just like that. Detector rails. So with all the minecart bits and bobs placed down and powered, we should be able to have this thing be placed down and it bounce infinitely from side to side. So coming up next, we're going to add in a layer of dirt directly above all of the minecart rail pieces. And then, believe it or not, we can get on with planting down the bamboo straight away. That way we have a little bit of a head start on the bamboo growth while I try to get the rest of the redstone components added in. So I'm going to go ahead and place down some stairs towards the back here. And then upon the stairs, we're going to have ourselves a nice looking background wall. Mangrove roots for the background wall, anyone? Now we can add a line of pistons at the back. And then, unlike a sugarcane farm where I would go ahead and add in the observer and redstone layer next, I think what I'd like to do instead is have this thing harvest quite a lot of bamboo each time. So maybe Instead, I go up 3 further layers before adding in the observer and redstone layer. So there we are, observer's placed down with the little redstone butthole towards the back end. And then all we need to do is lead a line of redstone from the observer down to this line here, thus activating all of the pistons. So the way I've got the redstone transmitting basically vertically down to this layer of pistons here is basically just using a second observer. I've also relocated the observers that were at the top at the edges more towards the center. So yeah, when the bamboo grows, the observer detects it, sends a pulse through this block down to a piece of redstone dust on top of this observer, and of course that sends out a pulse down below to these bits right here, thus pushing the pistons and uprooting a bunch of bamboo. So having established that that works, as you can see, we've got ourselves a bunch of bamboo just sort of floating around. I see no reason why we can't go ahead and get the minecart back up and going. And what should happen as we go along is we should wind up with maybe a bamboo block or something being crafted. Unless there's not enough in here. Oh no, there is. Yeah, very good. So then all I need to do is grab myself a bunch of building materials. I'm thinking maybe some brown glass for the front to contain all the bamboo within the farm. And then, yeah, maybe we just sort of build up the bamboo log supports to the left and right, etc., so on and so forth. Basically, I want to make this thing look good. And do you know what? I know exactly where we can go get a bunch of sand from. We use our Nautilus Highway here to get ourselves over to the coast. And yeah, here we are. Sand galore. Alright, while I wait for the glass to smelt, I decided to work on the sort of bottom section a little bit, trying to hide away the minecart and redstone components from view. And as you can see, I feel like we've done a pretty good job so far. Even managed to squeeze in a couple of flower pots. So yeah, looking pretty good. Once we get the brown glass on the front, the rest of the build should be relatively easy to finish off. Oh, good grief, this thing is pulsed again already. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of the items are just sort of sat on the ledge there where the glass is supposed to go. Gonna have to pick up these bits of bamboo manually, and then I'm just gonna sort of chuck that down there. Right, now we can get on with adding in some glass. All right, my friends. So quite some time later, and this is what we have going on for our automatic bamboo block maker. Using much the same block palette as the other builds we've done so far in this season, and as a result, I think this thing is looking pretty good with the bamboo and mangrove and brown stained glass and various other bits and bobs. Taking a look at it from the front is definitely the best angle. But even checking this thing out from the side, I've gone ahead and tried to dress this up and make it look fairly decent at the very least. And yeah, as you can see at the back, yeah, you can see a little bit of the sort of inner workings here. But how often are we going to be round the back here? That's the real question. Only what I'm going to wind up doing over time is trying to restore the mangrove biome. I'll be going ahead and chopping down these mangrove trees to try and grab myself a bunch of mangrove logs for building. But yeah, I'd like to go ahead and restore all of the mangrove trees. There's definitely a good amount of roots still to clear out, but once that has been done, I can go ahead and start planting down some mangrove propagules. And for any of you guys who don't know, yes, you can indeed do that underwater. It's the only type of tree you can grow underwater so far as I know. So yeah, definitely looking forward to restoring some nature to this area. For now though, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fully automatic bamboo block maker. And I gotta tell you, that feels pretty good to say. It really does. So on that epic note, my friends, it is time to wrap up today's episode. But before I do so, I've got some shout-outs to give. First of all, to Gast, Andy Days, and Metaton, all for donating since the last episode. Thank you so much, you three. I really appreciate that a ton. And that just leaves us with the comment of the day. I couldn't not pick this one, my friends. Jimmy Otok put, Hey Python, have you noticed this is your 1000th video? This is in relation to the previous episode, of course. Incredible to see how far the community has come. And yeah, you're quite right, I checked on my channel. Episode 3 of Season 2 of this here Let's Play was indeed the 1000th overall video here on the Python MC channel. And I gotta tell you, that feels pretty good, my friends. Having taken a 2.5-year break between 2022 and the middle of 2024, I never thought I would reach 1,000 videos on this channel. But then I came back, we had Python Craft go on for a little while, and then we rebooted Python's World, and here we are. 1,000 total videos here on the Python MC channel. And honestly, my friends, if I might just take a minute at the end here, I do truly, seriously want to say a massive, massive thank you to each and every single one of you folks who have been supporting me through the many years I've been here on the platform. I really, really do appreciate it. This year has been mostly a write-off for me, but it's because of your guys' support that I've managed to keep on going here. And truly, I don't think you guys will ever quite understand just how much that support really, really means the world to me. So truly, thank you so much. And hey, here's to the next 1,000 videos here on the Python MC channel. Now that we're making content super frequently on this channel again, who knows? It might only be a few years before we wind up with 2,000 videos on this channel. But yeah, we don't want to run before we can walk though, eh, my friends? So yeah, we're going to take things nice and steady. And yeah, who knows where we'll be in the next 1,000 videos? Who knows? Maybe in the next 1,000 videos we can actually start gaining subscribers on this channel again. That would be really, really awesome, my friends. I can, of course, understand why I have been losing subscribers in the last few years. Refusal to conform to what has become the norm in the Minecraft YouTube community, you know, not wanting to do the 100 days trend, not wanting to get on YouTube shorts and stuff like that. I am still of the dinosaur age here on YouTube, and as much as that is definitely going to hold me back, I don't care, frankly. I just want to continue doing what I enjoy. If that winds up aligning with what the wider YouTube sphere enjoys, then awesome. At that point, the channel probably will start growing again. But until then, I'm just enjoying having fun, playing this game that we all know and love. Good old Minecraft. But anyways, on that note, it's time to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. If you've enjoyed today's episode and you're excited to see more, please do be sure to drop a like beneath the video if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ding that bell if you don't want to miss out on my future content. But for now, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Of course, leave your hints, tips, suggestions, feedback regarding what we've done in today's episode in the comments area down below. But for now, take care. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!